Alright, so here's a video for 3VT about exercise 62, that's what it says here too. But first I'd like to repeat some other things. Transforming graphs, if you go to the left, to the right, or up or down. We'll start with this formula. We have fx equals x squared. Now if you go to the left, then you have to add 3 to this. I think we did this in a previous chapter also. But yeah. So if you go to the left, you do plus 3 in brackets and then squared. And if you go 3 to the right, you do minus 3 in brackets and then the squared there. Right, so this is how to the left and to the right works if you want to move it. If you want to move it up or down, then you do either plus 3 here if you go up, or you do minus 3 here if you go down. So then without the brackets, you just add it or subtract it from the original formula. Now you also need to know what graphs look like. So I made a few sketches here. If you have fx equals x squared, then that's just a parabola, so it looks like that. Now if there's a minus in front of it, or this could also be minus 2, or minus 3, or minus a half, but if this number is negative, it's going to be a cap parabola, like that. Also this power, the 2, it can be a 4, or a 6, or an 8, or any even number, and the sketch will look the same. If the power is higher, it will just go down quicker, but it will still look like that. If the power is odd, like a 3 or a 5 or a 7, etc., it will look like this, because it's going to be positive here, it's going to be negative there. So if you put a minus in front of it, it's the other way around, so then it is positive here and then negative there. Now you need to know these two things in order to be able to make exercise 62. Let's move on to exercise 62 then, because here we see fx is in brackets x plus 1 to the power of 4 minus 8. So we need to do a couple of things. We need to find out where the vertex of this graph is, and then we need to decide what the graph looks like. So first we'll take a look at this schedule over here. I see x plus 1, so plus I see over here, so that means it moved to the left. So you always start at 0.0 as your starting point, and then we're going to go 1 to the left, but this is a sketch, so it doesn't really matter where your 1 is, right? And then we go 8 down, so the vertex should be somewhere here, but because it's a sketch, it doesn't really matter. It can be a bit higher, a bit more to the left, a bit more to the right, as long as it's in this quadrant. And then it says an even power, so it's going to be a parabola, right? And there's not a minus in front of here, so it will just look like that. So this is your sketch for the first one. Moving on to the next one, I selected D because then some things are different. First we'll take a look at this again. It says x minus 4. Now if you take a look in this schedule, minus means to the right. So we have to go 4 to the right, and then we have to go up by 6. So it should be here somewhere. But like I said earlier, it doesn't really matter if you're up a bit higher or whatever. It should be somewhere in this quadrant. It's going to be this number is odd, so it's going to be a graph like that, or like this. It depends if there's a minus in front of it. Here you can see that it's minus a half, so it's going to look like this one. So you start here, and then on this side it goes down like that, and on this side it goes up like that. So this is what the sketch for this graph should look like. So here's a nice overview of this whole information. Thank you for watching.